I have yet to see a single example of Angel Reese being a leader. Outside of rebounding her own missed layups, what does Angel Reese do? What is her contribution? You tell me, because I'm not seeing it. I know I'm harsh on Angel Reese, but she considers herself a star. If you're going to call yourself a star, I expect you to perform like a star, especially in big moments. Caitlin Clark was injured. Angel Reese was the only star on the court last night, and for 27 minutes, she completely disappeared.
Angel Reese just had the most embarrassing performance of her career on the biggest stage in basketball, at the United Center, the largest arena in the NBA, with a sold-out crowd watching on primetime TV. She managed just 4 points on 2 of 7 shooting, while the Indiana Fever demolished the Chicago Sky by 27 points. But here's what makes this even more brutal. The Fever didn't even have Caitlin Clark, Sophie Cunningham, or their head coach. And the moment that sealed Reese's humiliation? Well, we'll talk about that in this video, as Caitlin Clark did something on live TV that is putting Reese in her place. If you're looking forward to Caitlin humiliating Reese, then comment, "Fire the baby giraffe" down below. Let's go.
Well, there's a lot of reaction coming in from last night's drubbing, destruction, annihilation, cremation, whatever you want to call it, roasting, sauteed, whatever your form of cooking may be. But the Indiana Fever absolutely dismantled the Chicago Sky.
You know a player isn't really a draw when tickets to see them plummet to the price of a gas station candy bar. This United Center game was supposed to be Angel Reese's big moment, a chance to prove she could carry viewership and attendance without needing Caitlin Clark as the main attraction. The Chicago Sky had been pushing this narrative all season long, that Reese was just as much of a box office draw as Clark, that fans came to see her play too.
Angel Reese is now quoted as saying, "I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we're watching women's basketball is not just because of one person." She refuses to say Caitlin Clark's name. "It's because of me too, and I want you to realize."
Then reality hit like a freight train. Once Caitlin Clark was confirmed out with her quad injury, ticket prices collapsed from premium levels to just $3. $3. You can't even buy a decent coffee for that price. Yet, that's what people were willing to pay to watch Angel Reese play basketball at the United Center. This wasn't just a small dip in pricing either. These were tickets originally set at premium rates for what was supposed to be a marquee matchup between two of the WNBA's supposed stars. The moment Clark's absence became official, the bottom fell out of the secondary market. Scalpers couldn't even give the tickets away, and fans who had been excited for the game suddenly lost interest. Now, it's clear, there is only one true star.
Oof. What an outfit Angel Reese was rocking. She put a lot of time, a lot of effort into making sure her ensemble was on point. Are my boots matching my jacket? Are my gloves matching my hat? Angel Reese put in tons of time for this outfit, which begs the question, does Angel Reese put in more time in her outfits for the pre-game catwalk, or does she put in more time to actually get better at the game of basketball?
Social media told the whole story. Fans were posting screenshots of the $3 tickets with laughing emojis, joking about how they could afford to take their entire family to see the Sky play for less than the cost of parking. The excitement that had been building around this United Center showdown deflated faster than a punctured basketball. Let's be real, this was supposed to be Chicago's moment to shine. The Sky had been saying that Reese brought her own fan base, that she was appointment television, that people tuned in specifically to watch her play. But when push came to shove and Clark wasn't there to drive interest, the market spoke, loudly and clearly, about who fans actually wanted to see.
Folks, there were people in the crowd getting there early saying, "Hey Caitlin, can you sign my jersey? Hey Aaliyah, can you sign my shirt? Hey Sophie, can you sign my picture?" There were people asking for autographs in the Chicago Sky crowd that weren't even born yet the last time the Chicago Sky scored this little amount of points. There were people in the crowd who weren't even a thought in their parents' mind. at the time that the Chicago Sky last scored at least 52 points, the lowest point total since 2011.
Compared to previous games where Caitlin Clark's presence drove massive ticket sales and sellout crowds, the contrast couldn't have been more stark. Fans used to line up hours before tip-off just to catch a glimpse of Clark warming up. Her absence in this game highlighted just how much of an impact she truly has on the sport and how little excitement the matchup generated without her.
Joe Reese, part 38, let's get it! Life throws her lemons, she makes bricks. Bang! PSA to anyone watching, she is right-handed. Right-handed, by the way. She missed the rim by 3 feet, man. Bang! I gotta say, this is my favorite summer sitcom. Pecan? Butter pecan! Bang! Here's a stat. She's been blocked 20 times, and she's only made 21 hoops. What?
Even Chicago Sky fans seemed less interested without the Clark matchup to look forward to. The energy around the game shifted from electric anticipation to resigned obligation. People who had been planning watch parties suddenly had other plans for their Friday night. This ticket price disaster was just the beginning of Angel Reese's worst nightmare coming true on the biggest stage. The $3 tickets perfectly predicted exactly what kind of performance we were about to witness from Chicago's supposed superstar.
For a fact, this might have been the first WNBA game broadcast on CBS in prime time. If it's not the first, it's one of very few. This was a big moment. I'm sure the WNBA would call it historic. Angel Reese is playing in an NBA arena in prime time on network television on Saturday night. Outside of regular season baseball, maybe the College World Series, there was no competition on television. The eyes of the sports world were focused on Angel Reese and the WNBA. And Angel Reese once again proved why no one is watching her.
4 points on 2 of 7 shooting in 27 minutes on primetime TV. This is how you destroy your reputation in real time. The United Center was hosting its first ever WNBA game. CBS had cleared their primetime schedule with no competition on television, and a sold-out crowd packed the biggest arena in the NBA expecting fireworks. Instead, they got to watch Angel Reese have what analysts called a disaster class and complete collapse on the sport's biggest...
Caitlin Clark is averaging more assists per game than Angel Reese is averaging points per game this season. Yeah. 9.3 points per assist per game. 9.3 assists per game. Let me just bring it up. To 9.1 points per game.
You know what made this even worse? Reese looked completely lost out there. She made poor decisions, seemed overwhelmed by the moment, and appeared to have no answer for Indiana's defensive pressure. The cameras didn't miss a single frustrated head shake or disappointed gesture as shot after shot clanged off the rim.
Another diabolical stat. She's 19 of 59 from less than 5 feet away. How about that, man? Bang! She should work at housekeeping for hotels because she could turn it over quickly. Lost by 27, scored only 4 points against the Indiana Fever. I mentioned no Caitlin Clark, no problem, give and go. Like a given no shot of working. Bang!
You prefer a car or plane?
Car or plane for what? For how you want to travel! That's too many steps and you can't do that. Bang!
Let's break down just how bad this performance really was. Reese managed only 4 points while missing 5 of her 7 shots, including 2 embarrassing missed layups that had the crowd groaning. One of those attempts got blocked entirely, and the cameras caught every moment of her visible frustration as the game slipped away. For someone who's been pushed as Chicago's superstar and supposed box office draw, this stat line was absolutely brutal.
What an outfit Angel Reese was rocking. She put a lot of time, a lot of effort into making sure her ensemble was on point. Are my boots matching my jacket? Are my gloves matching my hat? Angel Reese put in tons of time for this outfit, which begs the question, does Angel Reese put in more time in her outfits for the pre-game catwalk, or does she put in more time to actually get better at the game of basketball?
Let's break down just how bad this performance really was. Reese managed only 4 points while missing 5 of her 7 shots, including 2 embarrassing missed layups that had the crowd groaning. One of those attempts got blocked entirely, and the cameras caught every moment of her visible frustration as the game slipped away. For someone who's been pushed as Chicago's superstar and supposed box office draw, this stat line was absolutely brutal.
But unfortunately, Angel Reese brought her outfit and left her game at home. She brought the nice hat, she brought the nice boots, she brought the nice jacket, she brought the nice gloves, but unfortunately, she left her game at home. 4 points, 12 rebounds, 2 assists in 27 minutes of action, a minus 23 turnovers as the Chicago Sky, without Caitlin Clark, without Sophie Cunningham, without Stephanie White.
This wasn't just missing a few tough shots. This was a player who looked like she didn't belong on the same court as a professional basketball team. The crowd's reaction told the whole story. What started as excited anticipation from fans who paid good money to see this matchup quickly turned into restless disappointment. You could hear the frustration building as Reese continued to struggle, and by the fourth quarter, some fans were already heading for the exits despite the historic nature of this United Center game. Here's what makes this performance even more embarrassing. Leading up to the game, Reese had been all over social media, posting about her celebrity activities and maintaining her usual confident presence online. But when the lights got brightest and the stage got biggest, she completely folded under pressure.
Angel Reese gets up, Aaliyah Boston shoves her, gives her a little stiffy. Hey, don't come at Caitlin. But look at her, Angel Reese upset. Oh my gosh. Hey man, this was hilarious. Look, Angel Reese was pissed. Look at her, she was still going out there a little bit. Look, took the jersey out. What's going on? Look.
The Fever's depth and resilience position them as serious championship contenders heading into 2025, proving they can dominate opponents even without their biggest stars. Caitlin Clark is scheduled for reevaluation on June 9th and could potentially return as early as Tuesday against the Atlanta Dream. Imagine what happens when Clark rejoins this already dominant Indiana team that didn't even need her to crush their rivals by 27 points. If you can't wait for Reese's next blooper, drop your comment, fire the baby giraffe down below, like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss out. Click the video on the screen, and we will see you in the next one.